So there is a story that I want to share with you. One day I was at work, and the moment I was about to enter the office, for a moment before I turned the door handle, just for a moment, there was a flashback. Like I was thinking about all those people sitting inside with criticism, with expectations, with judgments, with assumptions. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh my God, there is so much burden on me. Like, how am I going to deal with that? Hi, I'm Fatima. I'm a UCL graduate working in London. And on this channel, I talk about life-changing experiences. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can protect your energy without any guilt or fear of missing out. I have been reading and researching the whole week on this topic so that I can bring you the most powerful insights on this topic. And today in this video, I have the practical steps selected for you so that you can break yourself free from that emotional drains. How am I going to fulfill their expectations of me? And I was like, I felt that this was so heavy on me. This was such a burden on me. And for a moment, I was like, no, forget it, Fatima. I shifted the focus on me. Just think about yourself. Be positive, be respectful in your dealings, and that's it. There's nothing that you can do for others. Just think about yourself. I realized I'm not going to have enough energy or time to please everybody, to please the whole world. So why bother? It was draining to think about others. So the moment I shifted my focus on my own well-being, I felt liberated. It was then when I realized that I need to protect my energy without any guilt or fear of missing out. I need to master that detachment. It was then when I realized that energy is in everything, in every exchange, in every interaction. It's up to you to decide whether that energy is going to be draining or negative or exhausting or positive and liberating. Detachment is not about disconnecting yourself from situations or people. It is about observing situations without letting them consume you. For instance, if a colleague or a friend or anyone criticizes your work, so instead of letting that statement overtake you or define you, you just pause and say, no, this is not me, this doesn't define me, that I ruin my peace of mind. Or just doing this simple step, what you do, you are actually protecting your energy and you are putting your peace of mind at first and avoiding that unnecessary stress to overtake your well-being. So the very first thing that you need to do is to establish healthy boundaries. It's okay to say no, it's okay to miss out. Do not let others to overstep or drain you emotionally. When you set healthy boundaries, you are also limiting yourself to negative exposure. To protect your emotional resources, it's very crucial and important that you become selective in who you spend your time with or what you watch on social media and what you expose yourself to. If you realize that certain friends, they are always gossiping or complaining, then it's a good idea to actually choose to limit the time that you spend with them. So by setting healthy boundaries, by detaching yourself from negative exposures, by things which drain you, leave you upset or hurt, you are actually protecting your energy, your emotional resources, but you need to do this with that mindset that this is for your own well-being, this is for your peace of mind, and you're not missing out, you are actually protecting your energy. The second thing that you need to do is to practice mindfulness. Whenever you are in a situation that is draining or that is upsetting for you, then take a moment, take a deep breath and tell yourself this is a temporary moment. This moment should not define your energy, that your stress levels are rising. Then what you need to do is to detach yourself from that situation. Step back, take a moment, take a deep breath and tell yourself this is the only reaction that situation deserves. Nothing more than that. And trust me, this is powerful. This is mind-blowing. Once you build that habit, once you are into that habit of taking a deep breath and then exhaling that situation, exhaling that stress out of your system, you will feel that your stress levels, they drop down drastically. This habit will help you detach yourself from that stress or from that tense situation so that you don't need to carry it with you after the situation is over. You will praise yourself later on by telling yourself that you did a favor on yourself by not letting that situation overwhelm you, by protecting your energy, your emotional resource, by actually taking a deep breath. So take a deep breath and you will feel the difference. Third step that you need to take is to be aware of your emotional triggers. Being aware of your emotional triggers will help you to notice whenever your energy levels are down, or if there is any negative situation or negative emotions. Whenever you feel that you are reacting to certain situation, ask yourself certain questions. Ask yourself, are you reacting to a particular situation? Are you reacting to something specific? Is this your habit? Or maybe you are just tired. Maybe you just need some rest. Maybe you need to reset yourself. So instead of being harsh on yourself, instead of being run down and get yourself drained into that situation, into that negative emotion, take a pause, give yourself some time, give yourself some break, and tell, instead of giving any emotional reaction to that situation, can you let that situation go? Can you just not bother? By recognizing when your energy levels are dropping down, you're actually giving yourself some space and time to detach yourself from that situation so that you can decide whether you need to let go or maybe take a break, take a rest, give yourself some space and time. Fourth step that you need to take to protect your energy without feeling any guilt or fear of missing out is actually reframe your thoughts. Changing the way you interpret your situation, or you see things, or you see challenges in your life, which can actually affect how you emotionally respond. The goal here is to detach yourself from negative interpretations. We take a pause and continuously try to reframe that situation so that we can reduce the unnecessary stress and negative reaction to that situation. If you are criticized at work, rather than taking that situation personally and getting frustrated and upset over it, try to detach yourself from that situation. Pause and interpret that situation, reframe it in a way that this is a constructive feedback and it will help you grow. This will help you to let go of that negative interpretation. Save yourself, protect yourself from wasting your energy on frustration. So the next step that you can do to protect your energy without guilt or fearing of missing out is to be gentle on yourself. Engage in self-care activities, engage in self-compassion, which will help you to restore your energy. Engage in physical activities, for example, exercising or journaling or going out in nature. Even simple acts of resting will help you replenish your energy so that you are better able to handle external stress. But there is a key here. After resting or after looking after yourself, don't feel guilty. Another important stuff that you need to master in this habit of detachment so that you can protect your energy is to actually let go of control. Everything around you in your life is not there for you to fix. You're not responsible for everything. I think this is something that we need to be mindful of. We need to practice that you cannot control your future. You cannot control every situation. You cannot control others' reactions or how they think about you. I mean, you can only control your own emotions. You can only control your reactions to them. So instead of taking that responsibility that you are there to fix the whole world or to fix everything around you, actually detach yourself. If you want to protect your energy, detach from a situation where somebody is behaving poorly. You do what you can do. There is a very fine line between being selfish and detaching yourself. You are detaching yourself from that situation so that you can protect your energy and your emotional reaction. But if there is something that you can contribute to, you can do for others' well-being, then by all means do that. But do not let that situation overwhelm you. Do not let that situation or a person to drain your energy and empty you from your emotional reservoir that is there to protect you, that is there to save you in situation where you need energy. If you don't have anything left within you, how are you going to protect others, or how you are going to help others? Responsibility is towards your own well-being. You need to protect yourself. You need to protect your energy before you do that for others. I think this is something that we need to, if you take that lesson away from this video, I think that is a big thing. Practice letting go of those situations which are not in your control. You do not control or own the whole world, and I think this is something that we need to practice. We need to understand and we need to realize that letting go actually liberates you. Remove the burden on your shoulder that actually weighs you down, that drains your energy, that makes everything so heavy to deal with. Just because we in our mind, have decided to fix everything and to take control of the whole world, which is not the case. We can only take control of our emotions. We can only take control of our emotional reactions and negative reactions to situations and people. And how do we do that? By following the step that I have just mentioned. This, we come to our next point, which is saying no without feeling guilty. And I'm going to admit, I used to feel guilty of every single event or occasion that I used to miss. But then I reframed my thoughts. I reframed that every no that I say is actually a yes towards my own rest time, towards my own quiet time or me time, that we need on a daily basis. So instead of overcommitting yourself, you set boundaries. You feel comfortable and practice in saying no where you feel you are not able to make it. For example, if someone invites you every weekend to go out, I struggle with this. We all feel guilty when we put ourselves first. What happens? We overstretch ourselves, we overcommit ourselves, and we try to please others. Guilty because we feel that we are letting others down. However, this is not the case. With every situation, when you stretch yourself or when you overcommit yourself, you're not helping anyone. You are actually sacrificing your own energy, your own mental health and your well-being. So में कहते हैं अगर आप अपना ध्यान नहीं रख सकते तो फिर और कौन रखेगा, और अगर आप अपना ख्याल नहीं रख सकते तो आप दूसरों का कैसे करेंगे. The next point, to protect your energy, mastering detachment without any fear of missing out or guilt, is to live your truth. You want to be happy, and if you want to protect your energy, you need to let go of the fear of others' opinions of you. For example, if you want to start a new hobby, you want to start a YouTube channel, you're scared of others' opinions of you, then what you need to do is to take a moment and let go of that fear and remind yourself that this is your life. You need to live your truth. When you stop caring about others' opinion, when you stop seeking validation from external world, you are actually empowering yourself and you are telling yourself that your decisions should align with your own values, with your own truth. You should not live your life under the fear of others' expectations or opinions of you. And once you realize that, you actually uplift yourself, you actually liberate yourself. Detachment is not about ignoring your emotions, it's about acknowledging your own emotions, regulating them and achieving that resilience, that strength to deal with any situation, because by now you have learned the ways to protect your energy levels, your reservoirs, and achieving that perspective which brings positivity instead of negative interpretation from hardships, from challenges, or from situations which used to drain you. Mastering detachment, you can protect your energy, you can develop that habit where you're not bothered by every single thing or every single dilemma happening in your life. You're actually learning from your experiences. You're letting go of situations which overwhelm you. You are not bothered by that guilt that irritates you, that makes you upset. You are actually giving yourself that permission. You are giving yourself some space and time where you can think and decide where to invest your emotional resources and where to conserve them. With detachment, what you will learn is to navigate your life with less stress, with more energy, and knowing that certain situations trigger you, they bring stresses, and you will be able to manage them and deal with them. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope it will help you protect your energy and prioritize your well-being. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave your comment, sharing your thoughts and struggles, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Take care of yourself and remember, it's okay to say no. Bye-bye.